Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson in my piano course for beginners level 2. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. If you're interested in getting the accompanying method book for this course, there's going to be links for that below, and I also offer online piano lessons. If you're looking for one, there's going to be information below. In this lesson, we're going to learn a beautiful piece that is very well known by the famous composer Bach. If you know nothing about Bach, then let's get to know to him. He was a German composer born in 1685 and died in 1750, so of the Baroque era. And he's known for his instrumental music, such as the Brandenburg concertos, the cello suites, Goldberg variations, the well-tempered clavier, and his vocal music, such as St. Matthew's Passion, the Mass in B minor. Since the 19th century Bach revival, he has been generally regarded as one of the greatest composers in the history of Western music. Bach enriched established German styles through his mastery of counterpoint, harmonic and motivic organization, and his adaptation of rhythms, forms, and textures from abroad, particularly from Italy and France. So this is just his life in a nutshell, but he was a big influencer of classical music, and many more composers after him were inspired by his work. So the piece we're going to learn is called Prelude in C, and this is BWV 846/1. This one is a slightly modified version of the original Prelude, but very, very close to the original. This version is slightly shorter than the original, but almost completely the same. And it's a pattern piece, meaning that the pattern, the rhythmic and the melodic pattern of the first bar is repeated throughout the entire piece. Let me play it first, and then I'll talk you through the difficulties. So I'm sure most of you have heard this piece before, and even from the sound, you can tell that the same pattern is being repeated over and over again, and the only thing that changes is the harmony, the chord. Once we learn the pattern in the very first bar, the rhythm, and the melody pattern and the pedaling, we can apply that to every single bar, and the only thing we have to really learn afterwards is the notes and the chords. The two hands work as one, so they work together to create this beautiful melody. The biggest challenge of the piece is to keep uniformity in sound and in speed. So to make sure that you don't speed up or slow down anywhere where you're not intending to do so. And also the sound should be very fluid, so no notes sticking out very loud, like this, for example. certain fingers playing certain notes louder than the other. And because the pattern is repeating for so long, it's very difficult to keep something going on for a long time repeatedly because we're not robots, so somewhere some unevenness is going to sneak in, and our job is to get rid of it and control the sound as much as we can. Let's see the first bar pattern. So the hands are going to be in this C position, C, E left hand, and G, C, E in the right hand, 1, 3, 5. And the left hand in every single bar is going to start, and we're going to sustain the second note until the end of the bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the original score, the first note is sustained as well, so feel free to do that too, holding down both notes, but we haven't learnt about double voicing yet, so that's why I omitted that sign. But the pedal is going to do the same thing. So as soon as the first note goes down, we're going to press down the pedal and hold onto the second note. And then the pedal is going to beautifully blend the two notes together. The right hand is going to come in after the left, but there's no sustain or holding of any of the notes. And the right hand is going to flow in beautiful circles. So it's twice going up, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. It's like two circles with the wrist and the forearm. So never play these patterns with a very static wrist, like a robot. Make sure the hand is following the beautiful melody, and when the two hands join in together, then the left hand is going to start and the right hand seamlessly joins in without any break between the two hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So really practice blending the two hands together seamlessly, because otherwise the melody is not going to flow from bar to bar. And that's the pattern basically. So left hand starts with 2 quavers, the second one is held until the end of the bar, and the right hand is playing eighth notes or quavers in a very legato manner, even though we don't have slurs above the right hand notes, because in the Baroque era they didn't use slurs so often. We can connect all of those notes in beautiful circles, very rounded motion, and a completely soft wrist following the melody. Now, if you look at the score, you'll see that each bar is repeated twice before we move on to a different harmony. So you can pedal every single bar, or you can hold down the pedal for every 2 bars, because the harmony doesn't change. So the first 2 bars are, and then we're going to move to a different harmony, C, D, and A, D, F. So this is what you need to memorize. What chord are we switching to? From C, we switch to a D minus 7. Then we're going to switch to a G major 7 chord, so B, D, G, D, F. And the same pattern. Then we move back to the C chord, C, G, G, C, E. 2 bars of that. Then the left hand stays where it is, but the right hand moves to a very big stretch, A, E, A, which is going to be very challenging if you have small hands. But even if you have small hands, you can do it, because you don't need to play the 2 notes at the same time, the octave. So you can release the hand and move back. After this chord, in bar 11, we're going to move to C, D, F sharp, A, D. It's a D major 7 chord. And then we're going to move to B, D, G, D, G. So a G major chord. After that, we're going to move to B, C, E, G, C, and then A, C, and the same right hand, E, G, C. Then we move to D, A, D, F sharp, C, and back to G major, G, B, D, G, B. Then we modulate somewhere interesting. We're going to add some flats. G, B flat, E, G, C sharp. then F, A, D, A, D. Again, a big stretchy position, a D minor. Then F, A flat, D, F, B natural. Then E, G, C, G, C, E, F, A, C, F, D, F, A, C, F, and G, D, G, B, F, a G7 chord again. And back to C major. G, C, E. And finishing on G, C, and C, E. So these are the chords. It's going to take a while to memorize the chords, and this piece is kind of a challenge performance piece to finish off this chapter. If you find it too difficult at this stage, you can learn it in smaller sections, maybe the first 2 lines at once, and then once you master that, you can work on the second 2 lines and so on. So in smaller chunks, instead of going from the very beginning until the very end, which can be very tiring if note reading is quite difficult for you. You can also pencil in the notes in every bar because it's the same pattern repeating, so you've only got 4 or 5 notes in every single bar. Now, once you learned the notes all the way through and you have some kind of fluency, then you can work with the pedal as much as you want and add it to your taste. And finally, you're welcome to add your own dynamics. Again, in the Baroque era, there wasn't too much dynamics notated in sheet music, so performers were making up this decision as they played. And for that reason, nowadays, when we have original Baroque scores, we can add our own dynamics to it. So you're welcome to add some crescendos, diminuendos, getting louder, getting quieter, having certain sections louder, and make it your own, express your own feelings in this beautiful prelude in C. Be very careful whether the right hand stays in that fluid motion. This piece should be about peace, serenity, continuity, and fluency all the way through, mastering this pattern without any breaks or gap or fluctuations in the speed or in the sound.